Hello and welcome back to our Let's Play of Oxygen Not Included, episode 28. Today we are going to do a few housekeeping things. I'd like to improve sort of the oxygen flow around my base, and that means just widening some of these passageways where the oxygen is coming down at the moment. So let's dig out some of this, and this, and this, and just get a little bit better flow. Because we put a little sort of makeshift water reservoir here at the start, we kind of had this issue where we didn't have this opened up as airflow. I think one of the things we're going to want to do once we have this reservoir set up is we're going to want to create a series of liquid reservoirs up here that can satisfy our lavatory system. And we'll pump a decent amount of water up there and then probably disable a lot of that apparatus. But so yeah, let's go back down here and let's see if we can't get some of that going. So first, I'd like a little bit more of a buffer here. We'll do this. Plumbing, liquid pipe, igneous rock is fine. And we'll do something like this. So a little bit more buffer for water here would be nice. It's not absolutely necessary, but let's change this to glue to dirt and set it at a 6. Alright, so we have our mushrooms up and going. We got that done last episode. We have this reservoir more or less set up, and oh, I've collapsed some of our stuff up here. That's fine. In fact, let's take advantage of it to dig out a little bit more. Oh, but let's not have this stuck there. Alright, so we're improving oxygen flow a little bit here. We can eventually create air tiles and get that all worked out. Now I think we're good. Alright. Let's also, just while we're at it, run this ladder up here, and starting with the middle ones, mine up that. Okay, so this will hopefully improve the oxygen flow a little bit over here, because we have a lot of oxygen in this area. It's all a pretty nice temperature as well. So, let's start working on pumping this up to here, shall we? So let's pause and say plumbing, liquid pipe, and we will take some igneous rock and pump across here. And I think we are just going to take ourselves all the way up, just straight through this ladder. And we are going to deconstruct this with a slightly higher priority. And then we are going to go back to plumbing, liquid pipe, igneous rock. Run it through here. And then we will ultimately gonna just want to dig out this area, I suppose. We will run our pipe straight like this. And just have it start dumping out right here. Make this out of pretty much anything. He's trying to deliver this ice. Did he get it? Maybe. They have some problems when the temperature gets to be just a little bit too low. Right, he's still fiddling around with this. Once we get this water being pumped up here, though, we should be good. This needs filtration medium. Let's set this priority to be quite high, actually. I want this filtration medium replaced anytime we can. Alright, and let's also fill in this last little bit that we created right here. Perfect. This is going to be a little bit ugly. People don't typically like seeing pipe. Yeah, they're not going to be happy. Actually, does liquid pump, liquid vent, wire. They just don't like wire. Alright, so this will be fine. But yeah, we're just going to start filling up this water reservoir, and then we're going to cool it off with this this ice that we have on all these storage bins. In fact, one of the things we could do... No, I think we're going to keep it at 1,000 kilograms. I do want it to melt periodically. The problem is, if you keep it at, say, 20,000 kilograms, is that all the temperature of all that ice is going to be linked. And you're going to run into this problem that once it melts, you're just going to have this huge influx of water. And I'd rather have it be a little bit more gradual. You know, every once in a while, have a little bit more water come in. So, how are we doing on plumbing? Alright, so the water is off to the races. And it's going to all end up here, and it's going to help melt this ice that we're collecting from the ice biome over here. Now, we're doing fairly well on food right now with the new farm online. But I would like to improve things a little bit further. And part of that is just going to be improving our pathways to all of the naturally grown sleet wheat over here. We also want to have some answer for what we're going to do with the polluted ice. But for now, let's just try and kind of straighten things out. Give duplicants a little bit more directive pathways. So, granite ladders are fine. We will dig down, get access to this sleet wheat. In fact, while we're at it, let's just have this be a major corridor going all the way down. Dig out this. These should already be on auto harvest. We will add a granite tile right here so they can hop off the ladder and grab this sleet wheat. And then they can just hop to here and grab this sleet wheat. That's fine. We will dig out this so they have a straight shot to this. Not much we can do here. We dig out this to make it a little bit easier to come down here. I'd like to dig across and add tile throughout here. There's a little bit of sleet wheat to grab down here, so I think I might as well just get some ladder. We want this ladder to be complete. And we will slap down some granite tile here all across, so they can get to this. In fact, let's do a little bit further. Continue all the way to here. Dig out this as well. And then we'll have access to these areas over here just by a straight shot. There's this part down here we could improve. Sure. Ladder, more granite. That's what we have in the area. And yeah, let's just dig out this area right here. Alright, perfect. And that should improve the pathing to get to this sleet wheat by just a little bit. Let's also dig out this, so they don't have this in the way. Just improving that by a little bit will help with our food collection. Speaking of which, frost buns. Yeah, let's grab another 10 of these. Huh, just a second. I do not actually know how to use this interface. How do I raise the priority of this? I want this to move up in... No, they'll do it anyways. Okay, fine. That's perfect. Job mastered. Max. No longer a gopher. You are a research assistant. Alright, so this is sieving up. This water is pouring in here. And we are going to see this temperature start to fall. So 18.6, 18.5, or negative 18.6, negative 18.4, 2.3. And once it completes, we'll get an extra block of water in here. That'll be at 0 degrees and turn all this quite cool, which is ultimately what we want. And then once it is cooled down, I think we're going to set up a pump and pump up some water over to these lavatories. This is kind of a weird system. It's going all over the place, but once it's set up, should be perfectly fine. Our hydroponic farms are going to suffer in the meantime because we just don't have a big source of polluted water, but I'm also not in a rush to get this done. The only thing we're really waiting for was the Atmos suits, and we have 2 of those, so that's all I need. We'll set up some operation to get to our oil over here. Alright, so throwing all this water through the water sieve. I need to start getting this down a little bit more. Let's do some more iron. Do I have wolframite? Metal ore, wolframite. Yes, we will do some tungsten. We'll also do some more iron ore. And we'll get some more of this. We want to use up this this polluted water and get it down here to be sieved up. There's actually quite a bit of it. We might need to put in some more pumps to get all this running. You can see just pumping it up here into our reservoir. Nice clean water, and it's going to be fairly cool once we get these to melt. And they're all getting there. This one's actually very close. Okay. They'll periodically work on these. No power at the moment because 2 coal generators is basically enough to satisfy one of these with a little bit left over. So really was hoping to make better use of that natural gas, but it's fine. Alright, so we're gathering up these sleep wheats. How much more do we have? Oh yeah. Cook it all up. Get our food going. The next major thing we want to accomplish is setting up our plastics operation, cracking into this crude oil. That's going to be a little bit of work though, because I want to set up an exosuit station. That way I'm not really having to worry about any of the temperatures down here. Also, I think going to want a little bit better solution for the cooling. So we're probably going to reroute. We'll basically just remove a couple of these metal refineries and reroute the cold polluted water through and use it to cool off our plastics operation. Having a more direct route is going to be perfectly fine for us. This water's still relatively hot, so we're not losing much coolness by sieving up this stuff. Lyra, you are done as a research assistant. How about you go on to be a scientist? Sounds like a plan. Cool steam vent is dormant. We're slowly pumping stuff out, but we have so much oxygen down here at the moment that it's just not really too big of a concern. We could get rid of this tile and improve this airflow a little bit. Wouldn't be a terrible idea. So right now it's all coming through here. Yeah, just for now, deconstruct these two. Just improve the airflow a little bit, get a little bit more oxygen coming up through here. Okay. Yeah, this is all starting slowly to melt. Now we're going to put more ice in here. And then it's going to melt. Do a little bit of worry about germs, but I think the temperature will be so low that we'll be able to just not have to worry about it. New duplicates available. Ooh, diver's lungs. That's exactly what we're looking for. Here you go, Meep. Let's, while we're at it, furniture, mess tables, slap down some more of these guys. Schedule-wise, what do we want to put Meep on? We're going to add Meep right here for now. And job-wise, go for research assistant. Okay, we might need a little bit more storage here. This is a lot of water output from these cool slush geysers. There's a lot of water output. Sieve is pumping away. Just sending 40-degree water essentially right straight to here. Yeah, and all these are getting to that melting point. 6.2, 6.7, 4.7, 3.9. Perfect. So we have two great sources of water. One is what we're sieving up here. The other is the ice that we're digging out from the cold biome. And once we have all that, more jobs mastered, huh? Nicola. Sure. Courier. Do it up. We also want a place to put the polluted ice. This is doing fine. We're going to have a lot of cold water here. We need to worry a little bit about these temperatures. Again, I don't like these highly freezing temperatures here. How do we want to solve that is a good question. That is a good question. Well, one of the things we can do is we can take this water that we are running through here and we can loop it through here with a radiant pipe system. That could also just cool off some of the water that we're sending to our base. I wouldn't mind doing that. And basically just try and heat up the air here. We don't have it running through the water yet, though. It's kind of really the point where we're going to get a lot of our cooling. Because this air just isn't going to have a lot of thermal heat capacity. Could also have not used insulated tile here, and then we would have gotten some more cooling down here. It's not really a huge concern. I mean, this is cool enough. So, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? Well, as long as we have these metal refineries running, we're kind of good. And I'm willing, I suppose, to just take one of these pumps and send it to go do something else. Maybe we want to accelerate when we get this plastics operation online. I think our next priority is actually just creating a polluted water reservoir. I think that's what we're going to work on. Let's dig out this. We're also going to want to pump some of this water out and get into liquid reservoirs up here. How's our oxygen doing? It's pretty high pressure up here. Yeah, I think getting this liquid reservoir system up and running and having basically just a long-term stable source of water for our lavatories is going to be the order of the day. So, what do we want to do with that? Let's go ahead and pause. We're going to create a liquid reservoir. We'll create all this out of gold amalgam, I suppose, because we could, in theory, have this get really hot. And we are going to we need to get around over to here, don't we? Because this is where we're letting our stuff get in, which is awkward. That's fine. So, set up some liquid reservoirs up here. And then we are going to take some of the water out of here, which is at a nice, perfectly fine temperature. We're going to pump it up into these liquid reservoirs. In fact, let's settle up the piping right now. And say liquid pipe, igneous rock is fine. We're going to run it through here. And then we're going to take, for the moment at least, this pump. Cancel that. We're going to take this. And do this. And basically we're going to drain all the water out of here. We're going to put it in these liquid reservoirs, and then these liquid reservoirs are going to feed our system here. And then this pipe is going to become the pipe that connects up to our pumps down here. That's the plan. I know. Soggy feet, chilly surroundings, not fun. But we're going to get all this pumped out of here soon. Don't worry. Let's kick the speed down one notch, because I find myself struggling to think as fast as the game is running. Still sieving up water, still melting this stuff down. We've basically finished with this. I don't think we can make things that much better over here. Auto harvest is on. Now let's just start digging out some snow and ice. Yeah. Dig up this. Let's not go all the way. I don't really want to crack into the polluted oxygen quite yet. Dig out some more ice. Ice. Snow. Ice. 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 Just so they have enough to carry over here and continue filling up these storage bins. Alright. We just don't want to see I think a gulp fry is what it is. That will make this system a little bit rougher. Maybe we should just be killing off this Pacu right now. I think if we see a gulp fry, we'll grab the egg and put it somewhere else. I don't mind having a gulp fry, I just don't mind. I don't want it to have it right here. This place doesn't have a lot of oxygen, that's fine. What is the temperature of this water like? 22, 17, 19. Perfect. This is all getting hooked up. Kind of missing the most important parts. which is getting this thing up and running. So let's increase the priority just a little bit. Get those two done before the other ones, would you kindly? Alright, I think I'm going to cap things here. So, metal refinery operation up and running, turning all this into, well, metal and hotter water, running that hotter water through a water sieve, pumping that water up into our water reservoir, using it at the same time to melt fresh ice taken from this biome, and then we're going to take some of this water, not all of it, but some of it, and pump it up into these liquid reservoirs, which are going to be what supply our lavatories, which in turn are supplying our hydroponic farms, so we can have more textiles and eventually canvas paintings and things of that sort all up around here. Once we get sort of the canvas paintings all up and running, I think we'll be able to support things like tenured scientists and higher stress jobs. But yeah, slowly filling this up. Temperature-wise, this will help actually cool down the base, even though we are pumping in hotter water. Should be fine. Yeah, this water isn't really losing that much of its temperature as it gets pumped along here. And yeah, all right, I'm going to call things here, and I'll catch you guys next time.